This is my counterweight so that whenever I'm mowing on the side of a hill, the thing will hold up there. Then I've got this loop set here to hold a 5-gallon bucket so that I can put trash in it that people throw on the side of the road. Then I mounted my brackets around on my arms going to hold my wheels. I put turnbuckles and hooked them on some factory outlets that was already there for something. Then he got a rod there where that can cut a little saddle in right there for that to set in. So now it's tight and it's real secure. This was made to be exact fit. So, and because it's tapered in at an angle, then it'll only set in one space, and in one place it comes off real easy. Otherwise it kind of binds up. Then we ended up, also I made a little saddle here to set this water tank down in on those feet, because I tried it with just straps on there holding it, and it moved back and forth quite a bit. So I ended up had to put that little saddle or a little horseshoe around, and I did all 4 corners on it. And then also I put this bumper on the front of it to protect my spray heads. And then, so if I happen to hit a tree or something, a fence post or something, it's not gonna hurt anything. And then on my outside wings here, I made them so they push back if they get hit. And I put some double washers right here, and they're rubber back on there, and then I adjusted and put a double nut on the bottom. Well, if I can find it right there. And then that's a lock nut, so I can get the pressure that I need, and then hold the friction on it so it'll hold it out there good. Did the same thing with the turnbuckle on this side. And it's built real solid, and we won't have to worry about it vibrating and coming apart. I got it 18 inches off the ground, and we used spray tips that make little droplets of water. I think they call them air inducted spray tips, so then the drift will be cut down. I put 4 spray heads with an 18-inch spread on them with a 3-inch overlap on each side. So it gives me a total of 6 inches there that's double covered, so it gives a real uniform spray pattern. I took it out and did on our gravel and just watching the paint and how wet the ground looks, and it looks real uniform, so I think that part's fine. I haven't set the speed or anything like that, but I'm gonna put it at certain RPMs and in first, or not really first gear, but it's got low, medium, and high range on the accelerator. And then I'll look at, when I'm running it, I'll see what my ground speed is, and then I'll know, then I'll measure how much. So if I'm mowing or gonna spray in an area where I can't measure it, or I can't go over it very fast, then I'll have to have a lower ratio on the fluids. Also on my tank, instead of buying a solenoid valve, I bought a valve that uses it on your faucet so you can put 2 hoses on it. So I put a garden hose fitting on there. This is a garden hose Y. This one right here goes down to my spray head on the front of the sprayer, and I can shut it off, and then I can use the wand here, and it hooks to this line and it goes on the wand, so I can turn it on and spray. So if I want to do fence rows or whatever, I can use it. If I just want to do out and out open and get into a corner where I can't get to, I can reach up and shut those off. And I'm having trouble finding a switch. I was going to mount a switch right here here and wire it up, so that all I had to do was put my foot up there and step on it to turn it on and off, so that it'd be one step or one push and it'll be on, and next time you tap it, it'll go off. And then that way I can control my spray better that way. And then I've wired it up, and it goes through back over on my control panel and plugs into a DC outlet that I put in there like a 2-post prong hookup. And that way I can plug it all in, and then it works. I had to put a new valve assembly in the pump today because it wasn't wanting to prime itself. It would pump once I got it primed, but it didn't want to self-prime, and that's a pain. So that's kind of been a problem in the past. Anyway, I think I got it fixed. And the weights here, I ended up with, I think we figured 150 pounds, including the deal. It's made so that I can pull these out one at a time. And these weigh 12.5 pounds a piece. And they just go in and they'll drop in there and stuff like that. So I can take them out if I don't want the weight on there. But I've got some areas where it's pretty steep incline, and this will hold this side of the mower down. I can make a couple of rounds and get that mowed, take them off, and finish mowing without having to carry that extra weight on that side. It doesn't seem to make any difference on flat ground with the weight on there, but it definitely helps a lot when we're on a slope. And I've got an umbrella that goes on here that we mounted. It sits right here on this as a buggy type umbrella. It just slides over there, we lock it down, and that gets me in full shade. My ropes will fold up first, and then when I put my buggy top on there, then my ropes are up there. I've also got a platform on my ropes here, right here, that's I've got a magnetic flasher that I can put on there. So if I'm mowing on the right-of-ways, I like to keep that flasher running. It keeps people notified, kind of brings attention to the fact that you're there. And then also, when I'm spraying, I can put my GPS on there, and then I can spray with the GPS, and it'll get me good coverage with no real effort other than following the lines. This is an Xmark, the X series. It's a 33 horse fuel injected electronic ignition. It is a mowing machine. And that's about it. Thanks.